Hello, 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 everybody. Come on in the house. Let's have the conversation. Welcome to the show. I'm your man, KTJ, and this is our show. This is just a place that we come together and we talk about relationship issues. We talk about dating. We talk about everything, having to do with people coming together and being successful in relationships. So you are welcome to join us. Come on in, drop your comments in the comment section. I always like to know where people are watching the show from. So drop your comment down there below. Let me know where you are watching the show from, and we're going to get this thing going here. So welcome to the show. We love having our audience just come in and join us. I've been having this conversation for quite a while. Because I've got some ladies on one side who say, "Look, these guys, they don't feel anything. What do they feel? They feel nothing." And then the guys on the other hand will tell you straight up. Every man I know will tell you straight up that when it's over, he's hurt. If a guy be really honest, he'll tell you he's hurt. It was painful. Breaking up is difficult. But I want to get into some of the nuances here today. I want to talk a little bit more about that because, everybody goes through something. Now, here's something I can tell you straight off, right off the bat. One of the things that men have a difficult time with is just even having the communication about this thing about feelings, right? Even just the communication about what happened, right? They say there's three sides to every story. There's his side, her side, and the truth, right? But sometimes when you are, you're in this emotional state, you'll start thinking like, you know what? It was her fault. She did this and she did that, right? But at the end of the day, everybody has to take accountability for that. So I want to talk about this. I want to talk about how men deal with breakup. When a woman does the breaking up and she says goodbye to a man, how does he deal with it? What goes on in the minds of a guy? Now, I think this is valuable because it's very rare that you'll hear a guy talking about how he deals with emotional issues. And so women, we know a lot of times that the women, you will, ladies, y'all know how to do it, right? Y'all know how to do it. Y'all get together with your girlfriends. Y'all go out for drinks. You cry. You come over their house. Everybody comes together, sing Kumbaya, right? You get it out. And I hate him. I hate him, right? But men generally don't have that. Half the time, men won't even tell their boys that they broke up with the girl because it is embarrassing. So I shot this video a long time ago on this same topic, and just a couple of the things that I talked about even then that is still relevant today. So I want to tell you about it. Like, one of the things that I discovered in this as I had these conversations with men, you guys know my background's in working with men from social work, from the church, from the fraternity, always working with men, right? And one of the things that I noticed that men feel like they failed. When a woman breaks up with a man, he essentially feels like, you know what? I failed, right? Now, he won't say that because it's not comfortable. It's not comfortable to say I failed. It doesn't feel good to say I failed. But guess what? If you failed, you failed. And so I think it's important to just admit what is so we can get on to what happens next. All right. So one of the things the guy does, he has to admit that he failed. He feels like he wasn't able to manage it because, the truth be told, for the most part, when a man asks a woman to be his woman, he's asking her to come on board with him. Okay? When a man says, "Will you marry me?" He's asking you, "Will you marry me?" Meaning, will you get on the train that I'm going somewhere and I want you to come get on this train. Okay? And she says yes. So when the train crashes, it is often it has to be looked at that it is the guy who has crashed the train. But how does he deal with it? How does he deal with it? How does he deal with the frustration of what has happened? Hold on 1 second. Let me take a sip. Let me take a sip over here. Yes. He's got to get into it. So let's talk about it real quick. Let's get into it. One of the things, you guys, and if you taking notes on this, look, one of the things I love about this YouTube stuff is that I know that somebody's going to watch this video. It might be 2 years from now, right? But you're going to hear something that's going to help you. Whenever you watch this video, you're going to get something that's going to help you deal with what's going on. And so there's a couple things I want to bring up, right? Couple things. One of the things is we talking about like guys dealing with the breakup and what happens. So one of the things a guy does, listen to what I'm going to tell you. When a woman leaves the guy, right? He often has intense sadness. Now, you might not be able to see that sadness because he's out partying, right? Hey, I'm single. Hey, right? He's out chilling. And it seems like he's not being affected. But trust me, he is being affected by the loss. Now, some guys, what they'll do, they go out and find another chick and they hook up with the next chick. And if whoever's willing, he's doing it, right? And you would look at that behavior and you'd be like, you know what? This guy don't even care. This guy doesn't even care. He gets over that quick. He's on to the next girl. But what women don't often know is just because a man is physically off to the next girl, that doesn't mean he is emotionally off to the next girl. I know men who lost a woman who years have gone by and they still think about her. Years have gone by and she's still in his mind. 2 years, 5 years, 10 years go by and the woman is still in his mind. He still thinks about her. Still wonders if she's thinking about him. I'm telling y'all think that men just move on real quick and nothing else happens. But it's not that way. He's thinking like, I wonder if she's with somebody else. I wonder if she is getting married. I wonder if she's happy. I wonder how he measures up to me. I wonder if she thinks about me when she's with him. All those thoughts come up for men when a woman leaves him. Here's something else. A man deals with anger. Now, after he gets finished partying up and going on to the next girl and hanging out with the next girl, one of the emotions that he starts to feel is anger because he knows he messed up. And when a man has messed up, it's very difficult. Like now you can be angry, but who are you angry at? Some guys will get angry at female nature. They'll be like, you know what? It's these female, that's that female nature. They always just going from guy to guy, right? Female nature. And some of these guys end up following the red pill community. They start, some of these guys start following the men going their own way, and all these other things, right? Angry because of the breakup. Now, after that, look, y'all, listen, this is a big one that happens. A man becomes emotionally numb. I mean, emotionally numb. He has no feelings whatsoever for women or for anything like that. No feelings. Now the no feelings part, that can be dangerous because a guy who's got no feelings, he'll line them up and he'll be knocking them down, buddy. He'll go through, you know, 10 women in a month or more. He's emotionally numb. He doesn't feel anything. His heart is cold, and he's getting her back in the way that he knows how. Next one is begins to have self doubt. When a man has been left by the woman that he loved, he starts getting self doubt. Like, well, I thought I knew what I was doing. I thought I had experience. I thought I was doing, I did what she said. She told me she wanted a present. I bought her a present for her birthday. I took her on this trip. I did this. I did that. I gave her money. I did all these things. And what did I get for it? She just broke up with me. Says she doesn't want to be with me. Now, what do I do with that? Self doubt. And this last one that I want to mention of the things that a guy feels is a sense of loss. It's like somebody died. It's like there was a funeral, right? It's like somebody was there. Now, I had a case, I had a coaching session with a young woman, a couple of days ago, and she broke up with her boyfriend, broke up with the guy, and they were one of these couples. Now, the relationship happened really fast, but they were one of these people who had everything in common, right? Had everything in common, had a great conversation. They both have jobs where they could just talk on the phone all day. They had worked in their own office, and they talked on the phone all day long. As they did their work, they talked on the phone, and they did this for weeks at a time. Now, it ended up that they ended up breaking up. But I'm telling you, after you have been talking to somebody on the phone for weeks at a time, communicating, talking, connecting, and then they just say goodbye, there's going to be a sense of loss. Okay? There's going to be a sense of loss, a feeling like something is missing. That feeling like there's nobody to talk to. I'm telling y'all, loneliness is one of the major reasons why people get back together, even if they were in a toxic relationship. Loneliness will make you do things that you know is wrong. Loneliness will make you be with somebody that you know you don't want to be with. Loneliness will put you in places where you never thought you'd be. Loneliness will put you with people that you never thought you'd be with. I'm telling you. So when you pull yourself out of that situation, you have got to fill your life and fill that space with something that's going to be helpful. Now, a lot of people like to go and join the gym after a breakup. I like the idea, right? Because you can't be tired and angry at the same time. It's one or the other. Like you can't be exhausted and frustrated at the same time. It's one or the other. And so I like that idea. After a breakup, I like a person going to therapy, finding a therapist, finding a coach, find somebody who you can talk to every week or every 2 weeks, and that they can help you process all these thoughts. Because look, that's quite a list. Y'all heard my list. Intense sadness. Look, for the guys, and listen, ladies go through this stuff too, right? And after a breakup, intense sadness. If you're dealing with intense sadness, you might need therapy. You might need a therapist. You might need medication, because that intense sadness will turn into depression. And the next thing you know, you're sleeping in the closet for 2 weeks. Nobody heard from you. You stop eating, stop dressing, stop caring for yourself, and then it starts getting dangerous. So you have to watch this for yourself, right? You have to watch this for yourself. I like the idea. Look, we talked, anger was one of them. So instead of walking around being angry, you got to find a new outlet for this anger and for this frustration. You got to find a new outlet, because if you don't, you'll sink right back down into, I wonder what she's doing. I wonder what he's doing. I wonder who he's doing it with. Confusion. You can't stay in these mindsets too long. Confusion. Wondering what happened. And I'm telling y'all, listen to what I'm saying. Your mind is an amazing thing, right? Your mind is always asking the question, what does this mean? What does this mean? What is this? What is this? The color thing in front of you, that thing is black. Like your brain is always asking, what is this? Why is this here? What is this? What it could possibly happen? Like your brain is always looking for the answer. Now, when you've been through a breakup, your brain is really looking for the answers, right? Your brain wants to know, yo, what did she say? When she said this, I said that. Now, was that my fault? Is that what she got mad about? Right? Brain always trying to figure it out. Chewing. All right, if y'all guys, look, I need y'all to hit that like button. You coming on in? Come on in and hit that like button. Your brain is constantly chewing, looking for a reason for what happened. Hey, Ashley. Ashley, shoot me an email at lovecoachatlanta@gmail.com. I'll hook you up with the coaching information. But so the thing is, you have to deal with your mind. If you don't find an outlet, look, feelings of failure. Look, you cannot walk around feeling like a failure because your relationship didn't work out. Listen to what I'm saying. You can't walk around feeling like a failure because it didn't work out. The relationship ended. That's not you being a failure. That's the relationship ending. Believe it or not, every relationship is going to end one way or the other. Okay? So you got to find a way to deal with these issues. Okay? Maybe you have maybe there's an art thing that you're used to doing, that you used to do. What was it that you used to do that you were passionate about, that you loved doing, you look forward to doing it? Maybe you need to get back into that. Maybe you need to get yourself in a new environment. Look, I've known people who packed up and moved to the other side of the country. They left the whole state, blocked the person, left the whole state, and started over somewhere else. Sometimes that's necessary. But you have to figure out what it is that you need to do to get to healing for you. Now, that's one of the things that has to be done. Look, I got a video that I'm working on right now that's going up on TikTok, talking about that. Like, how do you know that you're ready for another relationship? One of the ways that you know that you are ready to move on is that you have taken care of your issues? Have you taken care of your issues? Or do you still have the issues? Have you dealt with yourself? Look, here's another clue for you to see if you're ready for a relationship. You know you're ready for a new relationship when you don't call your ex for anything. Look, I know people who call their ex for everything. Right? The ex is the fallback guy because you know that, you know what? You know he might not have been good at this over here and he might not be good at that over there, but I knew he'll show up. I saw your email come through, Ashley. Got you. I'll respond later. You know, old Joe. Now he wasn't nothing in the relationship, but one thing he was reliable. So you call old Joe. If you still calling old Joe, you are not ready for a relationship. You haven't moved on yet. If you still calling old Joe for money, you are not fully ready to move on. You must be self-sufficient all the way. If you are not self-sufficient, you are not ready to start dating. I hope somebody gets this. I hope somebody gets this. Because the question is, how do you know? How do you really know if you're ready for dating or if you're over your ex? How do you get over an ex? Man, there's so many questions here. There's so many conversations to have on this. And trust me, I'm planning on having them. Because there's so much to this. There's so many people who end up back with their ex, back in a bad situation, back where they started, back to square one, because they don't plan the exit strategy and how to deal with breakups in a healthy way. Because you got to deal with the breakup and then you got to deal with the healing that has to come after the breakup. There's a healing that has to come after the breakup. And if it's not happening, it's not going to happen. If it's not there, y'all, it's not going to happen. What are you going to do when you have that self-doubt? And I'm telling you, in a man, self-doubt is a killer. Self-doubt is a beast in a man. Because if a man loses his self-confidence and it takes on self-doubt, that thing can creep over into his money, start believing that he's not really the man and he really doesn't have what it takes. And maybe I really don't have what it takes. Maybe women don't really find me attractive. So maybe I won't approach women or meet somebody new because maybe I'm not what, and everything that the ex said still registering in his mind. He's still chewing on it. And I'm telling you, that self-doubt, it will seep into every aspect of a man's life if he doesn't take control of it. You must take control of it in order for you to overcome it. You got to take control. You have to take control of it. How do men feel? How do men deal with breakups? Some guys get nasty with it. Some guys will try to avoid. Right? Some men will try to avoid even going out with women, making connections, having conversations, talking to family, talking to friends. So you got to get support. Fellas, if the guys that's listening, you have to get support. You got to find some kind of healthy support systems. That'll help you out. Otherwise, you're going to turn into a jerk. Otherwise, you turn into, you know, a guy that's out humping and dumping, and it's not going to be healthy or good for you. Ladies often want to know what's going on with this guy. Does he really feel anything? Yes, men feel a lot, but they very rarely have somewhere that they can tell this story to. They very rarely do they have guys in their lives. The guys in their lives say, "Hey, bruh, stop worrying about that chick and get on to the next one." Now, you might have seen some situations where a guy will. You guys been with one woman for 5 years and didn't marry her. 8 months later, you find out he's getting married, and you're like, "Wait, what? Why is he marrying her, but he wouldn't marry me?" For some guys, they come to their senses after they break up with you, after they see what they have lost. They realize, wait a minute. I don't have as much time as I thought I did. I don't have as much, I'm not as free and open. And wait a minute, I could end up alone. So a guy will go ahead and get into the next relationship and actually might get serious about that woman. It's not necessarily about the woman, it's about him and what he is feeling as a man about what happened. He's trying to deal with it. But I'm telling you, just because he gets in another relationship, just because he moves on seemingly, doesn't mean that he has moved on emotionally. And I know men who went out and married the next girl, but they still think about the old girl. They still think about the old woman. I got a sneeze coming. Okay. They still think about her. She's still in his mind. Sometimes when he lays down at night and it's quiet, he dreams about her. He thinks about her. Maybe that's you. He thinks about you. He's wondering what you're doing. And then y'all, he goes, here we go again. Because if you don't put a plug in that thing, the mind will go right back and start replaying the whole thing again. I wonder why she did that. I didn't even do anything. I gave her this. I took her there. She's just ungrateful. And then sometimes the guy will start taking it out on the new lady. And the new lady's like, wait a minute, I didn't do anything. I didn't, no. Listen, ladies, let the man heal. Man say he just got out of a divorce. If he just got divorced 2 months ago, he's not ready for a relationship. Now, you might be ready for a relationship, but he is not ready for a relationship. So that man's got to heal. Will he go to therapy? Maybe he will, maybe he won't. But some guys, look, I know guys who will sit down with their pastor once a month. Sit down with a deacon at the church once a month. Go,